Elizabeth May is leader of the Green Party of Canada and a member of Parliament for British Columbia. She joins us live now from Sydney in British Columbia. Welcome to the programme. So, to what extent do you think this will mark a sea change in policy from Canada?
Well, it is a significant change in our domestic policy. I think what really matters here is that Prime Minister Carney has set out that he's already spoken with the Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas, who has agreed to the conditions that Canada has set out that are a clear renunciation of Hamas involvement going forward. I think that may be an attempt at an olive branch towards the U.S. president.
Why has it taken so long, though, do you think, for Canada to get to this point, when you consider that Canada is a signatory to Geneva Conventions, the foundation of international humanitarian law?
Traditionally, there's been no daylight between Canada's position about Israel and the United States' position about Israel. It's been something that has deeply disturbed many Canadians, that we were seemingly unwilling to criticize anything that Netanyahu was doing, no matter how much it pricked our conscience, how much it seared deeply our souls, and looking at and hearing of the starvation, the atrocities that are occurring. As much as we decry Hamas's attacks, it's clear that what's happening right now is unacceptable to the vast majority of Canadians, and we feel complicit in it. So the Prime Minister's statement today is a shift in policy, but what matters right now is that it make a difference to stop the horrors and the suffering that we're seeing daily in our media.
What's the view within Parliament, then? Does Mark Carney have complete support with this from all sides?
Unlikely. The Conservatives have traditionally been, as a party, and they are the second largest party in Parliament right now, very strong supporters of the State of Israel and stand with whatever criticism Netanyahu government will have of what Carney is doing. I'm fairly sure the Conservatives will stand with that. But there are 5 parties in our Parliament, and the rest of us have been more critical of Israel than typically the Canadian government has been. We have been calling as Greens, and an increasing chorus, I will say, of members of Parliament from different parties in House of Commons and the Senate, calling for Canada to step up and support the work that Macron and, for that matter, Spain and Ireland have already recognized Palestine. We want to be belatedly, I will say, on the right side of history.
You say belatedly there. I mean, is this a bold move, or is it a timid one? It's easy to make these intentions, but what about practical things like an arms embargo, for example?
Well, we promised an arms embargo under our previous Parliament and under the previous Prime Minister, only to find that we have been steadily shipping arms to Israel from Canada after saying we would not. I think the pressure for Canada to stop shipping any arms to Israel from across many party lines in the Parliament and across Canadian society is very strong, as is the call for humanitarian, compassionate aid, food, removing the blockades to getting aid to starving children. That's just not a debatable point. So we need to, yes, recognize the State of Palestine in September at the United Nations General Assembly, but in the weeks between now and our statement of intention and delivering on that at UN headquarters in New York, we need to be pushing much harder with like-minded nations for compassionate assistance immediately, and perhaps to getting Trump on side to help avert the famine that we're seeing in Gaza.
Elizabeth May, we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.